Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning to everybody. Welcome to the AM Grind and Grit Show featuring your boy Walls P and, of course, Gary Lamb. So, shout out to Jay Awesome. Suzanne is in the building. Caleb, Caleb Reynolds. I hope I'm not butchering that, but good morning to everybody. So, today's show is a little bit different that we're going to be having every morning, Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. And we're going to be talking about, some deep thinking conversations and, shooting the crap between two men. Yeah. So that's what we're going to be doing on these morning shows. And as you see this morning, today's topic is going to be why do blacks keep voting Democrat and do white people really give a crap?
Right. Because
Yeah, I'm
listen,
paraphrasing. I'm paraphrasing.
yeah, I mean, listen, I think about this all the time. Like, do white people really give a rat's ass what black people do? I mean, let's be real, because I I would shout out to T3 who sent me a video with um oh god, what is his name?
Mhm.
Tatum, right?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
basically he sent me a video. She sent me a video, um, basically where a white person was saying they really don't think about you like that, and
Hmm.
I was like, I get all that. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
I totally I understand that now.
See, I gotta disagree. I
Hmm.
think I think a lot of white folks do care, especially those that have money and those empowered, because what does the Republican Party basically stand for? Keeping the
Hmm.
rich rich and keeping the poor poor.
I mean, that's what they stand for, but
That's what
is that actually accurate though?
from my understanding, from what I research, so to speak, when it comes to the Republican, whenever you have a Republican in charge, right? The wealthy gets to scathe through taxes, or they don't get that much taxes put on them because they look
Hmm.
at them as they're the business owners and all that stuff, which is true, which is true. And the taxes fall on the middle class and the lower class. But here's the thing: with that being said, right, these business owners and the people with the money, wouldn't it make sense to tax those with money and put less taxes on the middle class and the lower class? Because let's be real, Gary, who's the ones that are spending, the ones big spenders and making these rich owners money? Us, the middle class, because whatever money we get, we're buying things. The rich people, the rich folks that own stuff, they're only looking to buy stuff that, what's the word I'm looking for? That basically becomes an asset to them, that has actual value. We're the ones, the middle class and the lower class, that are buying this unnecessary stuff, which makes you think like, yo, is luxury things designed to keep people poor? Because, like I said, we're the ones that are the big spenders. So that's why I do think they care in actuality. Maybe I could be wrong, but yeah, it's just like remember when Trump when Trump was president and he said, "Yo, I'm gonna give all these businesses a big tax break," right? And he said, "With me giving these businesses a tax break, it's gonna funnel down to the employees, giving these businesses or whatever, these business owners and everything like that, these tax breaks." These owners literally turned around and was like, "No, we're not. We're not putting it into the employee. These things is going into our pockets." And that's exactly what happened when these companies at that time got these tax breaks. Very, very few companies actually trickled it down to the employees. I know I didn't get a raise at work. I know I didn't get extra money. So that these are things that black folks generally look at, because what is the main issue when it comes to the black community? Crimes, all of this stuff, it all trickles down to money.
Hmm.
That's what it comes down to. Look at all the looting that you see. They're running in there stealing products and everything so they can turn around and do what? They can turn around and sell it to make more money. So, granted, the comment that Jay Awesome said, "I'm not white, but it annoys me to see black people accept the lies without question and everything
Hmm.
like that."
Hmm.
Okay. Number one, I want to know exactly what lies, because what black people generally look at is Democrats will at least listen to their problems and not turn a blind. Well, of course, their actions may turn a blind eye to it, but at least they're listening and try to address the main thing they speak about, which is money issues, not having
Hmm.
money. So at least Democrats try and put stuff in place to address those things. Whereas when it comes to the right, they're not trying to do those things. Remember during the pandemic, right? And people the unemployment boost ended, and then they was trying to get the unemployment boost back or whatever, the extra $600 or $300.
Yeah,
They was
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
put that back into place, right?
Hmm.
The solver caucus was in the midst of talking to come to an agreement to actually start getting that money back into Americans' hands. And then remember when, and this is where I think lost Trump the vote, like lost Trump the election.
Hmm.
Right when they was on the cusp of solving, like, coming to an agreement, Trump automatically came out and said, "Yo, to the right, stop negotiating with the left in discussions." In the what's the word I'm looking for? In the negotiations. And a lot of people is looking like, yo, what the hell's going on? To black people, that resonates. Because it's like, yo, we're already struggling money wise.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna hear you come out and say this. It's like, yo, I got bills to pay. I could be out on the street, any given time here. So I think that turned a lot of black people off, so to speak. And then another thing we got to look at too, when we look at um mass shootings, right? Sad, unfortunate situations. People committing mass shootings and all of this stuff, whether it's schools or whether it's at a local, I don't know, Dollar Tree or something like that. And a lot of cases, it's a white person who has what's the word I'm looking for? That has a distaste for whatever type of, whether it's black people, gay people, whatever the case may be. They have a distaste for them. They'll go on a
Hmm.
mass shooting, and after the mass shooting happens, they'll have a memoir that spews how much they hate black people or whatever the case may be, but they'll have a love or a infatuation with the Republican Party. And black people will stop and think like, this person that hates me, why does he have such an affinity, or his views line up with the Republican Party?
Hmm.
That resonates to black people. So it's not the fact that black people are listening to the lies, this, that, and the third, because you can tell me anything that you like. You could tell me a whole bunch of jargon, but when it comes down to what I need and your actions are doing the polar opposite,
Yeah,
then why am I going to vote for you?
that's true.
Why am I going to vote for you if you're not going to even do a smidget of my needs?
Well,
So,
this is the reason why I put in, do whites actually give a crap? Because
yeah.
it seems to me that the only time whites ever really want to discuss anything with us is when
Mm-hmm.
it's election time. That's the only time they really care. Like that's the time that let's be real. That's the time that anybody really cares is during
Yeah.
election time. Oh, well, why do blacks always vote Republican? Because y'all don't give a damn. That's why. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, conservatives. Conservatives. With all due respect, there's I don't. Okay, I don't know how many conservatives hire black people. I can only talk for myself,
Okay.
but I think I've been um employed by maybe uh my entire life three
Mm-hmm.
business owners in
Okay.
my life,
Yeah.
right? The vast majority of my business, my jobs came from big corporations,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're talking
Yeah.
Target, you're talking
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
Toys R Us, you're talking Home
Uh-huh.
Depot, you're talking, security companies. I rarely was able to walk into a mom and pop store and get a job.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of Republicans complain that blacks don't hire blacks don't vote for Republican, but damn it, y'all don't hire us. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's like
Yeah.
me personally, I've always had to go to a big corporation to get a job. I couldn't
Mm-hmm.
just go in to a Smith shop and say, "Hey, can I get a job?" You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
not just. This here's the thing: it's not a white thing. And I don't want to say whites because they're the vast majority of the population.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
conservatives as a whole. Whether you're
Mm-hmm.
Hindu, whether you're Jamaican, whether you're
Mm-hmm.
Asian,
Mm-hmm.
whether they
Yeah.
don't hire us. So it's like for me, I'm like, I have no other choice but to vote for who gives me the money, right? I got
Yeah.
to vote that way. If you would hire me on a regular basis, yeah, I probably would consider, being a Republican more than not. But then again, I was also living in New Jersey where corporations reign supreme. So
Yeah.
look at
Yeah.
that, like take what I just said with a grain of salt. But
Mm-hmm.
if you really want to get more blacks on board with the Republican Party, you're going to have to interact with them a lot more than just hi and bye.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Uh-huh.
the
Uh-huh.
surface conversations, they don't get nothing done. Like in my life, in my life, you're an NPC character. You're just a customer.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
your life, I'm just an NPC character. I'm just a
Mm-hmm.
freaking server, right? So
Yeah.
it's hard for me as a registered voter to want to swing a way that doesn't benefit me in the long and in a certain short term. Now
Yeah.
that I'm 42, now I'm on the other side of life. I'm
Mm-hmm.
able to see the hornet's nest, right?
Yeah.
But most
Yeah.
people can't see the hornet's nest. Most people just
Mm-hmm.
say, "Look, I gotta pay these bills. I only got 30 days to get this in, or they're gonna take my stuff."
Yep.
That's all they care about. So if I
Mm-hmm.
gotta go and get a handout here and there, whatever, at least these kids are fed. At least there's a roof over my head, right? I don't really
Mm-hmm.
care what happens to your money because at the end of the day, the Democrats gonna make sure that I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
It might suck for them to be all up in my business. I hate that, but
Mm-hmm.
it's better than being on the streets. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
let's be honest, man. It doesn't seem like pull yourself up by your bootstraps actually is a good phrase to give people when they don't have enough. They don't have any boots.
Yeah. Right.
Like I didn't have boots to pull myself up with. I had to go get the boots, and the only way to get the boots is, hey, you want this credit card? Because I can give you a credit card. You go ahead and get some boots.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Hey, you want this car loan? I can give you this car loan, even though you're going to be paying $1,000 for a freaking Sonata. You still going to get a car. You know what I mean? I
Fact.
can at least get to work, which is
Fact.
usually a lot further away from where I live. But I at least got work. Whereas if I tried to get a job around where I live, good luck. It's not
Right.
happening because the vast
Mm-hmm.
majority of people where I live are conservative-minded thinking people,
Mm-hmm.
right? They're going to hire within first. And if there's an extra position, then maybe I'll get. That's where that
Yeah.
whole phrase last hired,
Yep.
first fired came from.
And I'm not mad at it either. Like, yo, you get what I'm saying? You want to keep that generational wealth within, within the family. So no, not I'm not knocking that. No knock to that whatsoever. So I can't be mad at that.
No, I'm not mad at it, but don't be surprised when we can say when we throw the middle fingers up at your freaking president.
Yeah.
It's like, what? So let me get this straight. You're going to try to get rid of welfare? Well, that's the only thing I got. You're going to get rid of that, and you
Yeah.
expect me to have skills all of a sudden. It's like,
Yeah.
wait a minute. So what am I going to do when you do take that? What's going to take place of that? You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people do not. A lot of people, when they're on the other side of the world or other side, they don't think about how hard it is to get there, right? They don't
Mhm.
think that, all right, so first of all, more than half our community, the black community, is splintered
Mhm.
in half, right? Let's
Yeah, of
already
course.
start. Let's start there. We're
Yeah.
splintered. We're not
Mhm.
even like we just did a show Saturday
Yeah.
talking
Yep.
about how the black community is social media destroying the black community, and I will argue, yes, it is. It's helping destroy it at least. You know,
Mhm.
we already split it as it is. So when we get to a place where it's like, all right, cool. So what are we going to do from this point on? Um, we got to try to figure out something, right? We got to figure out
Mhm.
something. What is that something? Well, these kids got to eat. All right, we can go
Yeah.
down to the freaking office and get our food, whatever, get our food stamps, whatever, what have you. And it seems like Republicans really don't like that idea because
Mhm.
it's their money that's going into this. But why do we have to pay for you? Because you don't hire us. Simple as that. You don't
Mhm.
let the money trickle down. So you want to sit here and play this goofy game? Let's keep it a buck. How many of you mother effers are actually having the money trickle down to them?
Yeah.
We got like the government has to force you to give the money up. It's not.
That's
It's not.
true.
It's not. I pay my tax. Look at Scrooge. The whole movie Scrooge.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know
yeah,
how
that's
many
a good
times I
one.
saw that movie, and I'm
Mhm.
like, this is how a lot of them act. Well, why do they have so much crime? Because there's no opportunities, man. There's no opportunities
Yeah.
for these men. There's no opportunities
Mhm.
for these people to pull themselves up out of bootstraps. So therefore, they say, you know what? Skip it. I'll vote Republican and call it a day. I mean, a
And
Democrat from that call it a day. And
yeah.
again, I understand why Republicans. I understand why conservatives do it. Because when I get to that side, I'm gonna do it. But I don't want
And
to do it because I'm not doing it because
mhm.
it's what I want to do. You see, here's the thing that I think a lot of people don't understand, and this is a win for Republicans and conservatives.
Mhm.
The government forced you to act this way, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I forget when. I think there was a time where there was a hard push to try to support people through direct monetary means, right? And the government
Mhm.
came up and
Mhm.
said, no, we're going to tax you on that money. So it's
Yeah.
like, well, if you're going to tax me, I can't give it to you. They're going to tax
Yeah.
me, so I have to do something different with the money. So they made it where, you can help me out on this, and I'm not sure if this is actually, I remember hearing it, but I didn't, so don't quote me on it, but I truly believe that they made it where direct help was going to be a deterrent through taxation. So because of that, they was like, well, shoot, I have to go through the government in order now because if I give it to you directly, they're going to tax me, and I don't want to be taxed on this money, so I don't do it. Is that true? Am I in the ballpark on that one?
I believe so. I believe hearing something like that also. I'm not well, educated on it, but I
Mm-hmm.
do recall hearing something like that. But that's why we have these conversations also, because if we're off the mark, please let us know in the comment section.
Yeah. Now, I
Like
can't read the
if,
comments because I'm driving, but
yeah, no, I know. If something pop up, I'll read it out. So this way you're in the loop and everything like that. So, but I agree with pretty much everything that you said. Now, here's the thing too. Don't don't get it twisted thinking that black people just blindly follow what Democrats say and do, because that's not true. Because remember, like for instance, the Republican and conservatives were against the jab, right?
Right.
And black folks were against the jab based off everything that Republicans and conservatives were saying about it. And then the Democrats, do you remember when Democrats put Juvenile song on there saying back that ass up?
Yeah, yeah. That
Yo,
ridiculous
when
song, man.
when black folks saw that, they looked at it as that's a plant right there. You planted that. So the
Yeah,
distrust from the black community was like, yo, I'm not touching that with a 50-foot pole. And
yeah.
they quickly leaned on the right and agree with him. So it's not that black folks aren't gonna make sound decisions based off how they see things. The problem is Republicans and conservatives have a propensity of just saying fake news or the lies. And that's as far as it goes. You
Yeah,
don't explain what's the lies, you don't explain why it's fake news, and black people ain't falling for that. If you're gonna
yeah.
tell us something, you have to back it up with some type of documentation, information,
Wait a
all of
minute
this
now.
because
Wait a minute. Pause.
yeah,
Pause. Pause. Pause.
okay,
You're
I'm
talking
listening.
about you're talking about a culture of people that can barely withstand a minute of information, and you're going to tell them to sit there and listen. This is not a Republican or conservative problem. This is what do you call it? Attention spans problem. Black people don't want to sit there and watch a 3 hour damn live. Let's be real.
Nah,
They don't.
it's not even the 3 hour live. It's the fact of even if you post, like, say for instance, if I'm telling you if I'm telling you something, Gary, right? And you have no knowledge of what I'm talking about. And I'm like, yo, I'm telling you, this is what it is. And you're like, yo, until you show me some type of proof or something like that, I'm not gonna believe you. Now,
Right.
even if I turn around and I send you a link and I read the first couple of lines to at least validate what you're saying, I'm possibly gonna win you over.
Mm.
I'm
You
possibly
really
gonna
think so?
win you over, right? I'm possibly gonna win you over. Now, you may, if you're strongly against it, then you may go down the rabbit hole and like look for the information. But I'm more likely to win you over if I send you a link than not sending you anything and just saying, yo, I'm telling you, this is what it is. This is what it is. I'm telling you what it is. I'm telling you. What do you
But
think is
that's
gonna win a
but
person more?
yeah, but you're talking about a personal relationship with someone. We're not talking about a personal relationship, right? Whites do not
Yeah.
have personal relationships with black people. Okay, they don't. They're not able to sit there and say, "Yo, G, go look at this live, and then tell me what you think." And here's a link, right? They don't direct
Mhm.
like, cause see, it's hard enough to get people to go to Rumble,
Yeah.
right? Think about how hard it is to get people to switch from YouTube to where I was talking to Winning Reality about this the other day. And he
Mhm.
was like, why won't they just go? Why won't they click on the link? Why won't they subscribe? And I'm like, because they don't want to. They don't feel like it. There's nothing that I've asked that question 100,000 times and I could never get an answer. People do not click on links the way you think they do.
Okay.
They don't. So it's
So
like, all right,
yeah.
I had a
Mhm.
short out there. Got 4 million, 5 million views, right? And
Mhm.
there's a link that you can click on that is already built into the short through YouTube platform. And that video got about 10,000. I think it would got equivalent of 10,000 clicks off of 5 million watches. 5
Mhm.
million watches, 10,000 clicks.
Mhm.
You would think it'd be a lot bigger than that, right? But
Yeah.
it's not, right? Because
Mhm.
people do not people do not go to the next step. Like they want to be hand fed the information, spoon fed the information, right? And you got to do it in a way where it's entertaining and I can understand it and I don't feel like a dummy.
Yes, but
But if you're talking about, go ahead.
but but here's the thing though. You're still giving them some type of information with the video. What I'm saying is if all you do is just chuck it up and say these are lies or this is fake news, you're not explaining why it's fake news or why it's a lie.
They
You're going to
are.
lose.
No, I disagree with you. They are
How?
explaining it, but you have to go and dig for it. You got to go through those links. They have links in YouTube. In every YouTube description video, there's a description where people put a crap ton of links there. People don't like going there and going to the next step. They don't like doing it.
Maybe I'm a little off because for me, I'm a person who I like values from the Republican Party and I like values from the Democratic Party. So I take bits and pieces from both. But
Mhm.
I'm loyal to neither one of them.
Right.
I'm loyal to none of them because
I'm
I
loyal.
look at it as
I'm loyal to the Lamb family. That's the only people I'm loyal
yeah,
to.
because at the end of the day, I have to fend for myself and neither one of them are going to solve my issues.
Not only
That's
that,
going to be
nobody get exactly.
yeah.
And here's the thing: it's all based on a generic, generalized environment, right?
Mhm.
Generally speaking, this is how the country moves. Generally
Yeah,
speaking, we are a Christian nation. Generally speaking, right?
yeah,
So because of that, we try to move based upon that premise. Okay, and I'll
yeah,
just use an example. So if the Republicans, generally speaking, are, let's say, leaning towards the jab, right?
mhm,
You're going to
mhm.
get a lot of people who are going to say, you're going to tell me if I don't take this shot, I lose my job. Yeah, I don't want to vote your way the next time
Yeah,
because I don't like the idea of being forced to do something that I don't want to do. So immediately you lose a lot of people just off of that. It don't matter about your politics at this point. You're
yeah,
forcing something in my body that I don't like.
mhm,
I don't like the idea of having to take this thing. And you're telling me that I have to take this thing. Cool. I just won't vote your way anymore. That's how
yeah,
that's how that's how a lot of people make up their minds about which way they're gonna go based on how you force yourself upon them. Well, if you vote this way, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. This is why when I look at all these stupid ass these freaking essay books that they put out when it comes down to trying to pass a law, it's like
yeah,
these things should be 2 pages long. That's
yeah.
even too much.
Well,
Right?
you know what
You
that
gotta
all
dig through this crap.
comes down to, right? It all it
Absolutely, I absolutely know what it is, and this is where a lot of black people lose. That a lot of black people um, miss me because it's like we don't want to. We like what it sounds like. Oh, listen to the words. Listen to the title. It's awesome. The title is superb. Boom. Let's vote for that. Not realizing that there's 15 new things on page 153 that's going to take more of your rights away.
but
But
you
who's
know
going to
what,
read
guy?
all that unless you're a lawyer, unless you are on the other side trying to see what's going on? People are not going to read through that. And it's a lot of busy work, a lot of paper pushing. So um, this is what I'm talking about when it comes down to the links and stuff. If
But
if I as a content creator can't get you to click on a link, it doesn't matter what I say in the video. I
I
can't
gotta
get you
give
to
you
go
I
to the
gotta
next
give you
step.
push I gotta give you
Huh?
pushback, Gary. I gotta give you pushback because nowadays it seemed like a lot of content creators are starting to be very selfish, this, that, and the third.
What do
Because
you mean by selfish?
I
Explain.
let me explain. Because you see how I said content creators are selfish, and you like, whoa, 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 whoa. Explain. If I would have just said, yo, a lot of content creators are selfish, it's like, okay, what does he mean by being selfish? This is why I'm saying when a lot of people say believe the lies, this, that, and the third, and they just leave it open ended like that, people aren't getting the answers. But just to answer your question and to get back to what I was saying, a lot of content creators are selfish to the fact that if they have this information, so to speak, or their source of how they got to this information, a lot of them like to be selfish and not provide said links because they want to be the channel that everybody come to as the resource for said information.
I
You
see
get what
where
I'm
you're going
saying?
for. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
that's number one. And number two, because I'm pretty sure you do the same thing too, but I don't know. The content creators that I come across who are conservative or democratic, they don't provide links. I go do the research myself because I had a situation on YouTube, man, where I found like I ran into like on social media a story that was posted or whatever. So I went and made a whole video on it. After I went and made the whole video and posted it, I posted it for like maybe 30 minutes because I was like, yo, this is a juicy topic here. After them 30 minutes, it started gaining steam, picking up steam, and people was commenting. Then I was like, let me go put more research into this. When I went and did actual more research into it, the damn thing was a hoax. I
The
had to
whole
take
thing was
that
a
vid-
hoax.
I had to take that video down immediately and
Wow.
wrote in the community apology like, yo, it was a hoax. I had to take the video down, this, that, and the third, or whatever. So
See, this is
I
why
understand.
I don't jump on stuff so fast. Like that,
Yes.
that happened to me too many times, and I was like, "Yo,
Yeah.
man, trying to be the first because everybody wants to be the first one to get the information out, right?"
Yep.
So
Yep.
I had to stop doing that because it's like, yo, a lot of this is fake news, and I can't do nothing. I have to wait 3, 5 days. By that time, the topic's dead. There's no point in me putting a video out there. You know what I mean? Like, great.
Yo,
I don't,
I
I'll
I
put a video.
feel you on that, brother. Go
Yeah,
ahead. Go ahead.
because the amount of work that it takes to put up a
Hmm.
video, it's just
Preach.
not worth it. It's like, yo,
Preach.
I can't. So it's either I do the video, put it out there, and hope for the best, or I just realized that, yo, this is just not my topic. It's not
Gary,
my topic. I can't.
what about the killer part? You gotta wait for it to be monetized.
Well, yeah, that sucks too. But
Yo,
I'm not worried about the monetization at this point.
I
You
know,
know,
I know,
it's
I
like
know.
I'm focused on trying to get because see, if I if I appease my audience well, they
Yeah,
will support. I truly believe they will support me.
yeah, yeah.
But at the same time, because YouTube don't pay shit. Like monetization don't mean how much would they really pay. Let's say in order for a video to really make some good money, you gotta
You
cross
gotta
the
make
better
like,
half of 100,000
yeah.
views.
To
You know
make
what I mean?
decent
So
money,
yeah,
you need about 50K.
right. And it's
50K
like
to at least get decent money. Yeah.
right, and most videos are not going to even break few thousand. So it's like
Hmm.
I'm not really worrying too much about the monetization as much as I am focused on trying to give the proper content to the people that
That's
I'm
true.
trying to serve. I don't
That's
want
true.
to just throw something out there. Yeah, it might be juicy, but if it's fake, now
Hmm.
how can you trust it? Hold on, let me see something.
While you do that, let me shout people out. Morning, Lady Lamb. Shout out to Lady Lamb in the building. We got Ryan James. We got T Williams. We got Juke Joint. Who else we got? Who else did I not shout out? We got W Daisy Girl, Lawrence, Ratana.
What's up, Daisy?
So yeah, we got a nice little audience here. Nice little audience. But yeah, go ahead, go on.
Yeah, so my thing is, and I'll be home in a few minutes, luckily, so I'll be able to jump on my computer and start
Got you.
doing my thing. But my thing is, I'm not going to rush and try to beat out people who's already got in that space,
Hmm.
right? I'm not going to
Hmm.
try to beat you out. Like I'll put stuff up that's important to what I believe important to the country. You know what I mean? Something that we need. like some jackass walking around saying he's going to hurt people. You're going up. I don't give a
Yeah.
damn who cares. I don't care what you think. I don't give a rat's. I don't care. I'm going to blast you everywhere. I need to be on your ass. Okay?
Facts.
Once I see a police report, I'm putting your ass up there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're not gonna. I'm not gonna allow you to terrorize our country.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You
Not
know what
at
I'm
all.
saying?
Not at all.
If Trump comes up and say something goofy and it gets 3 million views, who gives a shit? He'll say something goofy next week.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not running after that. I'm not chasing that. That's no. And I get it. I understand why content creators do. It's a huge bump. It'll get you exposure to a lot more people. I get all that. I totally understand the game. But to run the risk of putting out fake news, I don't do it.
And once your channel get labeled as fake,
Yeah,
it's over.
it's over for you. It's a wrap, and it's like I ain't got time. I don't want to even run the risk of that because it already happened too many times. I had to take the damn video down. I had to deal with retraction, and that's even more money. And half the people don't even see that video.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So what's the freaking point? This is why a lot of people. That's why I respect people like what is his name? The Quartering.
Gary Lamb.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, go on. I said Gary Lamb.
Yeah, right. No, but that's why I respect the Quartering because he takes a little. I mean, not the Quartering. Hive Mind, because he takes a little bit time, make sure that it's real before he puts it out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I've been watching him I've been watching him when he had like 200,000 subscribers. So now he's approaching 1 million now because he stays on top. He's a concrete person you can listen to. Okay.
Good.
But as far as back on topic, voting Democrat is not more. It's almost like the lesser of two evils for Black people, right?
Yeah.
So listen, you're voting. And here's why a lot of Black people look at you and they laugh. Oh my God, it's so comical. But don't you understand that the Democratic Party is the party of the slave owners and stuff like that? You think we give a shit? Yeah. We don't care. Yeah. Like I need to eat.
And I tell you this,
I need housing. Okay, and I don't care what you say. I'm not hearing that noise. You know, Walmart is hiring. You're not.
And this
and that's what people don't want to understand.
This is another thing that Black people look at too, because they look at how it seems like when it comes to Black issues, anything Black issue related, it seemed like the Republican talk it down or make it seem like, oh, it's not a big deal. That's how Black people feel.
I was talking to Will, and shout out to Winning Reality. Yeah. I had a big ass conversation with him about this.
Yes.
I was like, you sound so condescending when you talk.
Yes. And I understand, like, for them, it's like, yo, they're trying to look at the bigger picture of putting America first and everything like that. But you can't do that to a person who, in their mind, is still suffering. They need to have their issues resolved or get on good terms in life where they're at, or get in a better position in life where they're at before they can actually start looking at the bigger picture. And like you said, if you just come off as condescending, it's like, whoa. This is what I have to look forward to if I vote, on this side. Like, so that's one issue. And another thing too is, because we understand the slavery and all that, it did start with the Democrats. It definitely did. And the Republicans actually was the ones who fought for the freedoms that we have now, or whatever. Hold on, let me
they bled with us.
Huh?
They bled with us.
Yeah. Exactly. So,
but I'm gonna ask this question to you. What have you done for me lately?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like who? Like that was a long time ago, dog. Like it's like right
Yeah.
now is right now.
And here's the thing too, right? Because at the end of the day, the um when it came, because the whole talk comes into place of, the it was the Republican Party that freed the slaves and everything like that. But
Mhm.
slavery, like, it got to a point where you had no choice but to end slavery. You
Hmm.
get what I'm saying? Because Abraham Lincoln himself said, if I could have signed the, what was the paper that he signed? Was it the Declaration of Independence? I forgot what it was. No,
And that's
Emancipation
yeah,
Proclamation.
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If I could have signed it without freeing the blacks, I would.
He would have done it. He
His
would have
hands
done it.
were forced. Yes, his hands were forced to do it. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
you can't really, you like, it's kind of like, if a lady's like, if a lady is like, yo, I had other dates I could have went on, but nobody came through, so I picked you. And it's
Right.
like, so should I feel honored now? Like,
Oh, thank you for doing what you had to do. Truly appreciate that.
so at the end of the day, both were detrimental to black folks.
Yeah.
So all that, this party did this party created that, and this party was the one. At the end of the day, most blacks are looking at, yo, we're trying to put food on our table.
Hmm.
That's what we're trying to do right now. And it seems like these people are listening to us. And yeah. Here's my question to you.
Okay.
What do you believe, like, the Republican Party can do to get black votes? Because yes, the Republic, like, because the Democratic Party, even though they listen to blacks and everything like that, they'll get in power and they'll do maybe 20% of the things that they say they're going to do.
Hmm.
They'll do 20%, and most people look at it as like, yo, that's better than nothing. I'll give me the 20% or whatever the case may be.
Mm.
Republicans, like you say, they look at the long-term goal of things. They
Well,
look at the long term.
listen. Give me a second to go get in the house. I'm right there, so give me a second, and I'll be able to
All right.
answer that question. What's up, Lawrence? How you doing? It's a long time since I seen you, brother.
Yes,
But
yes. We got Kitty in the building. We got Russian bots. Scrappy is in the building. Byron 8899 is in the building. What up, folks? What up? Hey, we got a lot of people up early in the morning. Some hardworking people up in here. I like that. I like that. I like that. I wish I was in my truck for today so that I could give people a glimpse of what I do at my job or whatever, which is something that we want to do with this podcast, because we want to basically target hard workers. This way, when you're on your way to your commute to work, if you're a truck driver, you're a Lyft driver, Instacart, whatever it is, or if you're riding a train to commute to work, whatever, you could tune into the AM Grind and Grit show and, shoot the crap with us. That's how we do. But let me go through the comment section and see what some people were saying. Let me see. Trying to get a second job right now, hard to go on interviews while at your current 9 to 5. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And it's crazy. It seems like the only jobs that are hiring like at all times nowadays is, realistically, if you working at Amazon or something, like in the warehouse, or maybe delivery driver, because they're like, Amazon, as we know, they selling like the growth is astronomical. So I know a couple of people who, they went over to Amazon as a means of part-time, as a second job, just to get that income. So try looking into that, I would say, to see if they have an Amazon around your area and see if, that you could land that. Juke Joint said, my 6-year-old daughter bought an overpriced Hyundai, paid $475 a month for 2019 20K car. Oh yes, everything is like inflated nowadays. Like it's ridiculous. My question is, did your daughter go to the actual dealer and buy a certified pre-owned, or was it like a janky used car sales? Because usually if you go to the dealer and get a certified pre-owned, you kind of get better rates on it. So let me know on at that aspect of it. We need our own third independent party. Yes, T. Williams, that is a great, great comment. We need our own third independent party. Yes, I agree with that 100%. I agree with that. But you know what? You can still vote independent when you do your ballot. Problem is, most of the independents don't get that much steam when it comes to the voting, but you definitely can vote independent. Ryan James, too much propaganda trying to get Black America vaccinated. Well, I mean, can you blame Black folks though? Do you know how many times they've been tested on? They was just saying like
Talk
prison
slow.
system and PA where they took the inmates in there and were doing all these kind of experiments, injecting stuff into them for some punk behind commissary. You know, what was that? What was that? Project M2 Ultra, whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so can you blame Black people for being on the fence for a vaccination? You know, so yeah. What else we got here? Did you see it? You in the studio now?
I am in the studio now.
Okay. All right. So slavery still does exist today in U.S. Read the 13th Amendment. Let me pull that up.
Yeah, pull it up.
See, we could pull this stuff up right now because we're home, but Wednesday
Yeah.
I'll be on the road.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
I'll see what
yeah.
I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to be back in the seat to
Okay.
because I can come offline, you cannot. Whereas
Yeah,
I can,
exactly.
you know what I mean? So I'm gonna see about, adjusting my schedule instead of working the AM shift. I'm gonna probably start working the PM shift. It's just a
Okay.
little shift in
Got
my
you.
day. It's not a big deal. I'm still up. It's not a big deal. But
I'm gonna
shout out.
try something too to see if it comes to documentation to look stuff up, if
Mhm.
I'll be able to pull it up on the screen like while I'm on the go. Because it's just a matter of me, like when I get to my stop, I'm pulled because when I get to my stop, I'm literally pulled over. So
Yeah.
if
Mhm.
I'm literally pulled over, I could see if I can mobily, if I can put stuff, we'll see about fine tuning it. We'll
It's
see
no,
about fine
that's not
tuning.
necessary.
All
What's
right.
necessary at this point is that we're here. We're not
Facts.
queer, even though I love queer people. It slipped. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But
Yeah,
we're
that was
here.
funny as hell.
We're here. Shout out to the chat. So you had a question for me. What was the question?
1 second, real quick. Let me see. 13th Amendment to the United States Constitution provides that neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime whereof the party shall have been duly convicted. So yeah, basically the prison system is a form of slavery.
Mm-hmm.
So
No, it's
yeah,
absolutely slavery. You lose
yeah,
all your rights when you go to prison. So it's like,
yeah.
which is a huge benefit to having such a really ridiculous crime bill. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
there's a huge benefit for it. This is why another reason why I understand why when people say why would you vote Democrat when they're trying to enslave you again?
Yeah.
Because I see where they're
Mm-hmm.
coming from there. But I will have to say, and again, let me make this perfectly clear. everything that I am saying here is based off of how I feel, not what I
Yes,
think or know.
exactly. Yeah,
Because
exactly.
emotion plays a major factor in how blacks vote. Hell, it
Mhm.
plays a major factor in everybody voting decision.
Yes,
Everybody.
yes.
You cannot
Facts.
give me this horse shit that you didn't vote the way you voted because you didn't like XYZ or whatever. You come on.
Mhm. Mhm.
Like I
Mhm.
just don't like that
Yep.
guy. You know, like
Yep.
we all have this thing that we do. So
Yep.
yes, voting is heavily designated to how we feel. Yeah, we might back it up with fact, but
Mhm.
how much of that fact uh unbiased versus
Yes.
um biased, right? Because
Yes. Yes.
we have the capability to do that. Like I am I am pro having love you, baby. I love you with all my heart. This is me not saying that I would actually do this. I am not trying to lose what I have with you. However, if you let me have a multiple women, I will have multiple women because I'm pro having multiple women as a man.
I think most men are.
Most men are. So for me to sit here and pretend, wait a minute, baby, you saying that I can't? Yeah, do your thing. Are you sure? Now, obviously, that's a trick. That's a trick, guys. That's a trick. If your woman says okay to have multiple women, that's not okay. All right, it's a trick. Don't be
Mhm.
that dumb. Don't be stupid. You'll destroy your relationship. Don't do it. But in the back of your head, she said it's okay, right?
Mhm.
You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? It's just what it is. So a lot of people vote emotionally. So I'm giving you the emotional part for me, why I went the way I went. Okay. Why
Yeah.
I was doing the things that I was doing, how I voted. It's got nothing to do with the law, has nothing to do with politics. It has nothing to do with what is reality for most people. What's reality
Yes.
for me and only me is Republicans don't support black people. That's reality for me.
Mhm.
Okay. That doesn't mean that there's not Republicans that don't support black people, so conservatives that don't support black people.
Mhm.
I'm sure they are. Right. But for me, and I know a lot of people, what do
Yes.
you mean? We supported your whole career
Yeah.
in YouTube and all this stuff. I get all that, but I've only been on you only know me for 2 years, dude. I'm 42.
And that's another thing. When black folks talk about not voting Republicans, they're not talking about individual people who vote Republican. We're
Mhm.
talking about the establishment, the people in power.
Mm.
So don't get offended that black people are voting this and you thinking they're taking their frustration or whatever out on you or whatever the case may be. That's it never crossed my mind to be mad at a person for voting Republican.
Right.
No. It like now, if we're having a back and forth banter, then it may draw me to not like you or whatever the case may be, but
Yeah.
that's my back and forth with you directly.
Yeah.
But just because you vote whatever, like, no, uh-uh. And I've run into people who are staunch Republicans and staunch Democrats.
Hmm.
And depending on what they're saying, I don't like it, I will debate them. They'll turn around and be like, you know what? I don't like you anymore. You need to get out of my presence. Jokingly, of course, because
Yeah.
I'm hitting them with, certain facts or whatever that's messing with their psyche, where they're like, damn, I never knew this. So they're like, yo, you need to get out of my presence because I don't like you.
Yeah.
I don't like you or whatever. So, yes, don't take it as, yo, we don't like you as a Republican. That's what Gary's trying to allude to when he's saying, hey, Republicans support my channel, whatever. Yes, he's not putting you in that bucket. We're
Right.
talking about the establishment here, so just to
Right.
clear that up.
Now, what
Yeah,
was
so
the comment? Should read that. Go ahead and read that comment.
it says, I think it's just ingrained in black folks, and I have felt that Democrats have taken the black folks for granted. Look at Chicago. Lori Lightfoot was a disaster, and then they vote Brandon Johnson. Yes, I agree with that 1000%.
Mm.
Democrats are definitely over cocky, thinking we got black people in the back.
You ain't black.
Yeah.
don't vote for me.
Exactly. You know, they think they
I
got it
wish a
in the
motherfucker,
bag.
bruh. Ooh, child. When I heard that, I was like,
Yeah,
and Charlamagne, you ain't going to check him on that one, dog. You
yeah,
just going, all
yeah,
right, cool. No problem. I
yeah.
get it.
Yep.
Like, you check, yo, he checked, he tried to check freaking, what's his name? Oh man, Elders.
I know who you talking about. Larry Elder.
He tried to check Larry Elders throwing a
Yeah.
ridiculous. Well, okay, let's just say this real quick. Let's just say this real quick. I understand why that question was asked. I
With
totally
Larry
understand
Elder.
it. I understand it, and here's why I understand it. Many of us have gotten our N-word wake up moment. Many of us have
Yes.
gotten that, so we
Yes.
know what
Yes.
it's like to have that N-word wake up moment. I've
Mhm.
experienced men who were straight, like hardcore, straight up Republican, conservative,
Mhm.
completely against what's going on with what you call it, the Democrats and stuff like that, totally against it. Get their N-word wake up moment, right? And
Yeah. Yeah.
it's a very shocking thing. I want to say it was painful for him, but I can see how it can be like, dang, really, that really freaking happened. That really
Yeah.
freaking happened, you know?
Fact.
So, but it happened to many of us, right? Because I
Mhm.
don't give a rat's ass how much you say you don't see color. I can put a black and white picture up right now, and I guarantee you'll be able to pick out black people. Guaranteed.
Yes.
So don't give me that crap. You don't see color. No, yes, you do. We
Yo.
all do.
Just a PSA to our white brothers and sisters. Black people can't stand when you say I don't see color.
Oh
Like, we
God.
can't. Like, that is like, yo, that's like nailed to a chalkboard. Shout out to Erica P in the building. Other half of Matter of Opinion.
Mm-hmm.
She better support.
Right.
She wouldn't be doing her darn job, but yeah, like black people don't like it when it's, oh, I don't see color, because it's like you're trying to pull on my string, so to speak, to make it seem, hey, I'm cool, you know, I'm in there. It's like the whole, yeah, I'm cool. I like black people. I got, 2 black friends.
I don't see color. I don't know
Yeah,
why.
it's like, yo,
I-
it's all good, man. Like,
Can
it's
you
all
can you
good.
describe the perpetrator? Yes, I
Yeah.
can, sir. He was black and 6'2", big nose, big ears, big lips. I absolutely can, sir.
Yeah. And
You know what I
I get it.
mean? Like,
And
come
I
on.
get it. It's to distance yourself from the past or whatever, but
But
we don't
don't do that.
want you
That
to
is such a
distance. Yes.
I
We
don't
don't
want
want.
you to listen. Here's and this is what I try to tell as many white people as I possibly can. First of all,
Mhm.
um, we've been surrounded by white people our entire lives, so we're very, very used to you.
Mhm.
We're very used to you. You're the ones that's uncomfortable around us.
Yep.
Okay, it's not the other way around. How I have worked with white people my entire life. I've been
Yes.
trained by you. I have been taught by you. I have been what you call it, employed by you,
Mhm.
right? The whole gambit. Like, there's no getting around that. I've had more interactions with whites than I have with any other culture in this country,
Yes,
right?
that's a
So
fact.
there is no black person that does not get you and understand you. It's the other way around, right? Because we'll sit there, we'll have these conversations, and we try our very best to. I know I do. I'm just going to speak personally. I do
Mhm.
my best to try to break through those barriers, right? That's one
Me
of the
too.
reasons why I'm having
Me
this
too.
conversation with Winning Reality on Thursday night. Shout out to Winning Reality. Shout out to the show. If you want to donate to the channel, because I have been demonetized until December. I can apply in December. There were some things from 2 years ago that they tagged me on. They said I need to clean that up. So
There we
I've
go. I put
done
the
all
ticker
that.
for you.
So
I
thank
put
you.
the
I
ticker for
appreciate
you.
it. If
Yeah.
you want to support the Gary Lamb Network, you can do so through Cash App. You also have other means. You can use the PayPal. You can do Gifts and Go. There's so many ways you can support us because we are here for you. I should have said this at 5:30 when there was a lot
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
people here, but the conversation takes a toll when it takes a toll.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
you know, for those who's rewatching, if you choose to help support us, because we're going to be bringing this conversation like this every single morning for your convenience.
Yep.
In the morning, get you going, get you ready, get your coffee, get you to work, you know, on time, you know, feel good about yourself knowing that you ain't a piece of shit because you listen to two black
Exactly.
people. So, but I listen because you now you can use that as one of your arsenals. Where I listen to this morning show and they're two
Yep.
black men and they're telling me this and I love them and you should go ahead and support them. Do I get my N-word pass now? Do I have to get my? No, you'll never get your N-word pass, but that's okay. We still love you anyway. I'm messing with
Yep.
you. I'm just joking. It's a tease. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I do my very best to break it down for me. I talk for me. Yes. We say a lot of things about blacks. We use the word blacks. We generalize a lot. This is the freaking internet. I have to generalize. If you want me to talk to you on a personal level, bring your ass up here and we'll talk about your individual life. And we won't generalize.
Yes.
But
Yes.
until then, statistically speaking, we have to generalize. For every woman that hates to be generalized, I hate to do this to you guys, but I love talking about you guys because you're the only thing that I care about when it comes down to it, because you guys mess up a lot of stuff because of your emotions. You have to understand you carry mace for a reason. It ain't because you think every man is okay.
Exactly.
You generalize the entire population every time you walk out the damn door. And you have to, because if you don't, that can mean your ass.
Yes.
That's just what it is. All right. Don't generalize. Yes, we have to. That's why we have statistics. That's why we have polls. We have to get an idea. It's too many people to go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah,
I thought no, finish saying your point. Then I'll chime in.
All right, it's too many people for us to sit here and pretend that we can take a poll for every individual person on the planet. You can't do it. It's not, and it's too much individualism in America to even try to do that. All right. So we have to generalize in some places, you know what I'm saying? But this
is one analogy I like to bring up. Like I told you before, for women, if your son come to you and tell you he's gonna get his degree and such, and that whatever field that he's getting into don't pay much, you're gonna say to him, maybe you should look into another field because that don't pay enough. You're gonna try and steer him into a field where you know the minimum is 60K or 100K or whatever the case may be. If he wants to do a career that's going to pay 35 to 40K on average, most people are going to be like, I think you should look into another career. Even though your child says he loves that career, that's going into percentages or generalization, period, no matter how you slice it.
Here's the problem that people don't understand. We both know that statistically speaking, a man is supposed to provide. Okay?
Yes.
I don't care how you feel about it. I don't care if you want to be an artist. I don't care. You have to provide for your family. So the best thing I can do as your mom is to steer you in a direction that's going to get you the most pay. Okay? Because you need to be able to support your family. If you decide to have a wife, she's going to expect you to support her. Yes. That's a huge generalization, a huge one. Because what makes you think he wants a wife? You know what I'm saying? He may not want a wife, but he's being told to give this up because it's better for him. When it's not better for him, it's better for his wife, children, and country. Nobody's thinking about him at this point. They're thinking about what, you know, like I get how it sounds great to tell somebody to give up on this, but you're teaching this person, because I had that problem. You know what I mean? Well, you know, you might want, you know, I heard those things and it sucked to hear those things because unfortunately I'm a creative person. There is no place for me that's going to work unless I'm able to be creative. It's not going to work. So I'm going to hate life. I'm going to hate living. I'm going to hate, and I'm going to be bitter because everything I'm doing is for someone else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So let's get back to the topic. I love you, women.
Yes.
I love you, but I can't stop. My wife says it all the time. Why does it always turn down to women for you? Because me personally, all this stuff can be cleaned up with one step. Get women back on the payroll as a man, and you'll shut all this up. If you can get women back on the payroll, the whole game changed.
Yeah.
Overnight. The reason
That's
why
true.
our country is so split is because our women are trying to serve two masters. They can't do it. I can't go to work and then come home to serve my wife, my husband. How? That's too much work. So because of that, we're having this big issue. But since women are not going to give up that right, because why would they? They'll be a fool to give up that right now, because there's going to be a whole lot of men saying payback's a bitch. I mean, it's like, oh, we got you now. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I'm joking. Most men ain't going to really freaking do that. Littlefoot, what's up? Maybe hold on, let's see what he had to say. Maybe they vote Democrat because the last Republican president threw a temper tantrum and tried to overthrow the government when he lost. Okay, Littlefoot, let's deal with this. One, you have no idea what type of freaking pressure Trump was under to say that goofy thing. You don't have no idea. You don't know what it takes to be a president. You don't know what he was dealing with. You don't know what kind of threats was coming his way. The man was under attack for 4 straight years. Okay, you don't know what was going through his head at that time. He got into a government, realized that nobody had his back. Like, come on, man. Like, I get what you're trying to say. I get it, but that's not why black people did it. That's not why black people left. I don't think, because I think a lot of black people would say, "Damn, that was a bad idea, vote for Biden now." What do you think about?
I say the majority of America is not happy with with Joe Biden, so to speak. But I also think that goes into people aren't like when Trump was in office, it seemed like more people paid attention to like the fine details of what was going on when he was in office, because Trump was that pulverizing. With Biden in office, how many of us are really looking in to see like what Biden has done to really be able to sit down and say, yo, he's not doing this or he's not doing that? I haven't really looked into it until just the other day. I started looking, and I sent you the link to the article too, Gary, via text. But I really didn't look into what he was doing policy wise or whatever, of how but I just see it as, I don't see nothing progressing or moving forward with him as presidency, with him being in the president seat or whatever. But I haven't really, to be honest, I really haven't looked to see what he has done to move the country forward at all. But everybody say, they're not happy with him being in office. So I can say right now, I'm not happy because I don't see things moving forward the way I think it would move forward. But with that said, I'm just putting it out there. I didn't look and see what policies he put into place or what things that he might have reversed that been detrimental to America to make a certified 100% judgment on that.
That's fair, but he's not talking about, he or she, whoever Littlefoot is. I'm not sure if it's male or female, but
you're talking about, go ahead.
That they're not talking about Biden. He or she is talking about Trump. Saying, well, maybe Democrat, maybe, and it's such a ridiculous statement, but from off jump. Let's be real, because black people didn't just decide to start voting for Democrat because of Trump.
Oh,
like,
yeah,
no. We've been voting Democrat forever.
Yeah.
So the whole comment is stupid. But
yeah,
I respect you to be stupid. You got that right.
It's little things like which was a talking point I forgot to bring up or whatever. It's little things like how the GOP is trying to stop funding for Black women to open businesses.
Mm.
They have a funding that's specifically set aside for Black women who want to open,
And they're
small
blocking it.
businesses,
Yep.
and they're trying to block it. See, it's things like that that resonate with Black folks where it's just like, and meanwhile, the small hats, they've been having funding. Matter of fact, they're trying to get funding raised through government for more funding for the small hats.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't know who the small hat, if you guys don't know who the small hats is, they're currently in war with the
Yeah.
Palestinians or whatever.
Mhm.
That's who the small hats are. So these are things that resonate with Black folks, that it's just like, dag, man, it seems like, or even the thing in Florida with DeSantis. And the crazy thing with DeSantis is even a lot of Republicans don't like DeSantis. Like
Yeah, I
that
mean,
dude, yeah, like
he's a
that
wild
dude is
card,
just
man. Like
wilding, man.
he's a
Like,
wild
yo,
card. You don't,
yeah,
you don't know how
yeah,
to take
but
him. You know.
exactly. But Black folks see it as he's part of your party and he's wilding. Like with the whole trying to erase, Black history in the schools and stuff like this, like that resonates to Black folks. And unfortunately, if he's under the Republican Party and no other Republicans are coming out and chastising him or saying anything negative about it,
Mm-hmm.
Black people look at it as y'all all under the same, like y'all all under the same clique. It's just like and when it comes to the hood, if I'm cool with Gary and Gary's hanging with the people I'm beefing with, I'm gonna be like, yo, Gary, man, you gotta pick a side, bro. Cause I
Yep.
don't mess with them like that. So what's
Right.
up?
Right.
So we look at them
Peer
as,
pressure is
yo,
a B, boy.
yeah, yeah. That's how it. So it had nothing to do with what Trump said during the election and this, that, and the third. It comes down to the optics of what Black folks are seeing Republicans are doing. It kind of like you're saying this, but your actions are doing the opposite.
And let me
That's
tell
what
you
it comes
something.
down to.
And this is what I need a lot of everybody. And I want to start steering away from saying black and white. Okay.
Yes, yes,
I want to
yes, yes.
start steering into the gauge of saying
Americans.
Americans
Yeah.
who are Americans who happen to be whatever, what have you, right?
Yeah.
Because let's be honest here, we've learned more through Thomas Sowell. Shout out to Winning Reality. We have that show every
Yes.
single Thursday at I believe it's 8 p.m.
Yes.
Eastern
Yep.
Standard Time. Every single Thursday we have that. And I'm going to also push you guys into Talking Trash and Truths live.
Yes.
Right after this. I'm going to set it
Yep.
up where you can be shot straight to her. She has her lives.
I was gonna say, and promote the live that you and Talking Trash and Truth also have too.
Shout out to the 12 o'clock,
Yeah.
the 11 o'clock,
Yes.
12 o'clock show with Talking Truth, Trash and Truth, which today we're going to be discussing. I actually think I have the promo ready to rock. Let me say, excuse me, see if I can update it, put it in.
Yo, when was it? Was that on Thursday or Friday? I think that was Friday. Yo, y'all show, I wanted to call in, man.
We might do a call-in show. Yeah,
y'all talking about C19, but yo, when I was typing it was so many typos, and when you was reading, I was like, damn it, because
it was.
I'm mobile, so I can't really type the way I want to, and I'm just like, I'm jacking all the words
but
up.
This is the reason
trying to read them.
This is why it's so sucky, right? And because because we're working, right? We're trying to do this show as while working, but it's like but Talking Trash and Truths, you will be shot straight over to her. She goes live every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 8 a.m. And she goes on forever, and she talks about all kinds of traumatic issues that us as Americans have dealt with in our childhood and stuff like that. It's a beautiful show. And also Matters of Opinion and Gary Lamb Network. We also have a show on Saturday. We have a whole lot of stuff. This channel is starting to throw some
Yes.
big blows, man. We're really starting to build. And a shout out to Rumble, the rewatch crew, all of you guys. We appreciate every last one of you. Hopefully you hear the coffee percolating in the background and it's sounding loud as hell in here. But hopefully you guys do hear it. But if you hear it, I know you're like, oh, he's making coffee. But this today, Talking Trash and Truth, we're going to be talking about the child support system and how it's affecting men. Yeah, we're going to talk about that today at 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So you pretty much have a full day today. A full day of content coming straight to you, keeping you busy, keeping your mind, away from the crappy job that you can't stand, whatever have you. But shout out to everything going on in the channel. So but back to the topic.
Erica P made a great point. She said, think about it though. You're trying to erase Black history, but you're putting in other people's histories.
Bro, let me tell you something. As a Black man, hearing this stuff really pisses me off.
Yeah.
And it encourages me to want to look into it deeper. Why are you doing this? We've been taught to vote Democrat from our parents and grandparents too. Oh, yes, don't get it twisted. We're going to tackle that as well. You're absolutely right. I was told, the Republicans are racist.
Yes.
My life.
Yes.
I was told that. And let me tell you something. That's not far from the truth. When you hear somebody say, I don't see color, that sounds racist as hell. It sounds racist as hell. Like, how can you deny what I'm dealing with on a daily basis? Or better yet, try to equate your struggle with ours. Really? Are you kidding me? You want to know why a lot of the small hats was able to get away? Because they was able to blend in.
Yes. Yep.
I'm gonna say that for the ones in the back row. They were able to blend in.
Yep.
We cannot blend in. There's no way we can blend in. So for me to pretend that you're struggling, no, it's not. All you got to do is change a couple of things. You know what I mean? Take a shower. Because at the time, that's one of the things that Hitler ran on. They stink. They were. It's their religion. It wasn't that they smelled all the time. It's not like they don't believe in showers. It's just at that time they don't. Whatever. That's their religion. But my biggest issue when it comes down to being taught by my mom or my grandparents that the Republican Party is racist, the biggest issue is they didn't do the research themselves.
Yeah, they didn't.
They didn't do the research. They just passed it on, and generation by generation. This is why LBJ said what he said. He said, I'll have him voting Democrat forever. He was right.
Yeah.
All he had to do was give us a little bit of handout. Because there was a lot of people back then that was fighting this thing hard as hell. They were fighting, arguing, saying, "What does it matter? We got the right to vote, but we can't enforce it. What's the point?" You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got the right to vote, but what can I do with it? I can't do nothing with it because they severely outnumber us, and we can only vote in what they give us. These are the candidates that we like. Which one do you like of the ones that we like?
But here's the thing, though. Can we really say the parent, like our parents and grandparents, didn't do the research, or is it the fact that what they experienced at the time made them decide these things? Because people don't realize when it comes to like unemployment, when the Republicans are in the presidency, unemployment is usually higher than when a Democrat is in office. When it comes to raising the minimum wage and things of that nature, that's usually when a Democratic president is in office. And what is the biggest thing to Black people? Money. These are things that resonate with, with the Black community. Money plays and when you got people start, because I can remember back in the day, man, eating freaking mayonnaise with sugar sandwich. People don't know about that. Oodles and noodles, killing them bad boys.
Bruh,
You know,
I
like,
remember applesauce sandwiches, syrup
oh my
sandwiches. Remember,
gosh,
because we always had bread, syrup sandwiches, sugar sandwiches. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Grilled
yeah,
cheese sandwiches, because
yes, yes,
we rarely had meat, and when we did have meat, it was a blessing to have meat.
yes,
Um,
yes, yes.
so, but yes, I remember those days
Yeah.
like it was yesterday.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Could we don't know. I'm just posing the question. Like, is it through their experiences or they didn't do their research? Like, we don't know. I wish I could go back and ask them like what's what, but I'm just playing devil's advocate, putting the other side of the spectrum, possibly. You know? Who knows? I don't know.
Sorry, I'm making
But
coffee.
oh, which I want to ask, what's your favorite kind of coffee, man? Because I'm a French vanilla guy, man.
I usually drink my coffee black, but today I'm putting some sweeteners and stuff like that in it because I feel like I've earned the right to have a sweet coffee today. It's going to
Yo,
run straight through me, but who gives a rat's ass? I'm going to do it.
did you see the movie Zack and Mary Make a Porno?
I did not, but that sounds like an
Oh
excellent
man,
movie.
yo, it was funny because
Is she
the
hot?
guy, the dude worked at the black dude worked in a coffee shop or whatever. So a
Mhm.
white guy walks in there and was like, "Can I have a coffee, black?" And he was like, I think he said something like, um, whatever he responded to him, he said something white, and it was just funny as hell, like the back and forth banter. Because it was like, yo, dude was not trying to be offensive whatsoever. He was
Right.
saying he wanted coffee black, and you gonna say something? Do you want your creamer white in the coffee? Something like it was some shenanigan that he said. But yo, that junk had me dying, yo. You gotta watch that movie. You gotta
I
watch that
will.
movie, man.
I absolutely will. I
Oh
would definitely
man.
watch it.
But
Um,
one of my favorite movies that had like the most funniest racist jokes in them, man, was 40-Year-Old Virgin. Oh my gosh, man.
oh, butter bread. That was the best. That was the best butter bread. But you
But
know what?
oh yeah.
That was the
Oh
best.
yeah.
I forgot all about butter bread. Oh my god, man. That used to but
Yo,
we didn't have butter bread. We had margarine bread. But who gives
see
a rat's ass?
Scrappy, we here with it. We here
Mhm.
with it. I enjoyed the mayo and sugar sandwiches, yo. The ones that I couldn't get with was the Tangwich. People ate Tangwich.
What is
I couldn't rock
sandwich?
with those. You never heard of Tang?
Mm-mm.
It's like orange Kool-Aid or something like that. It's like an orange
Oh
mix.
no.
Yeah. And they would make sandwiches. They'll call it Tangwich. I never really got down with those, but sugar sandwich, oh man, with mayo, what?
Yeah.
Man, that thing was rocking, yo. That thing was unbelievable.
Why did
Amazing.
your wife hate you saying that? What? She got a problem with black women? Is that what it is? See, racist people. This is what I'm talking about.
I love it, man. I love it. I love it for real,
But
for
all
real.
due respect,
Yeah.
I love my crowd. Truly appreciate
Oh
everybody
yeah.
with you.
The this was the question that I had. The question that I had was what can Republicans do to gain the black vote?
What can the
Yes,
Republicans do
to
to
gain
gain
black
the
votes.
black vote?
Yes.
I'm gonna speak for me again. I can't
Mhm.
speak
I mean,
for
that's all we can do, you
right.
know?
Um, how can the Republicans gain my vote? Well, you already gained my vote.
Mhm.
You gained my vote because I understand why you vote the way you vote. I think that's the best thing any Republican can ever do is to
Mhm.
explain why they vote the way they vote. Okay, Uh,
Mhm.
make stop trying to get us to understand you and tell us who you are. Right, this whole
Mhm.
surface conversations do zero for black
Mhm.
people.
Hold
Zero.
that thought. Imma be listening. I
Mhm.
gotta wake up the little one up for school, make sure she get ready, but I'm still listening.
Do you? Do you? Do you? Um, for me, that surface conversation crap do zero for me because I still don't trust you. I don't respect. I mean, I understand the surface conversation, and I totally understand why you do it. Right? You have a job you got to protect. Okay, you realize that, and here's what I need you guys to understand: if you have to protect your job by quieting, being by censoring yourself and being quiet, can you imagine how it feels to be black? Like you have to protect your job, right? Because you're afraid that somebody might say something because there's a lot of spies out there, there's a lot of backstabbers out there, and they will eat you alive because they want your position. I get it. I worked in corporate before. I know what it's like to work in corporate. I know what it's like to have to go with the flow and it's a team effort and being told that you're not a team player. I've heard that a bunch of times. He's not a team player. Yes, he's a great worker, but he's not a team player. In other words, he won't do what we want him to do. He's not easily swayed. He has a backbone, and we don't like that. So we truly understand why it's so difficult for you to be sincere in many ways. I get all that. But if you really want to earn my vote, I need to know that you're a real person. I ain't sitting here saying you got to say what sounds good. As a matter of fact, the more believable the more you tell the truth, the more believable you are. I'd rather
Yeah.
go. I'll sleep like a baby amongst a whole bunch of KKK members.
Yes.
But if you put me in the middle of a Mormon camp, I'm scared shitless because I don't trust none of them. Right? They're too nice. You're too nice. That scares me. I have no problem with a person who's saying, yeah, I don't like N-words because of this, that, and the third. And I'm like, you know what? I don't like them for that either. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? Your big nose breathing all the God's air. Who said that? Diz, bro. Breathing up all the God's air.
Yo, I'm sorry. Well, the poster child of noses is what's that dude name? The dude that was in the news for getting into the altercation with the white woman in the cab, and he lost all his endorsements and everything like that. He was in Creed 3.
I know who you're talking about. I just don't remember his name, man.
Jonathan Majors. Yo, my man knows. Yo,
it's huge. It's huge. This is why I say all the time. This is why I say what I say. You can't tell me you can't pick us out in the lineup, even if the damn picture is black or white. You can't tell me you can't do that.
I still can't get over sucking up all the air.
Sucking up all the sucking up all the but it was but I mean it's beautiful. It's really beautiful.
It is. It is.
But yeah, I think a lot of people just want to know that you're sincere, right?
Yeah.
Like I can get with Hillary if she, like when she said, you know, is it working? You know, and I'm sure she was trying to make a joke, but that was the reason why I did not vote for Hillary. Okay. It was other reasons because I believe she was going to usher in fifth wave feminism. And I was afraid of that. I was desperately trying to block that. But if she had anything worthwhile, I probably would have voted for her because I didn't trust Trump at that time. I didn't. I was very uncomfortable with Trump. I didn't know why he was moving the way he was moving. The media was making him look ridiculous, right? So I didn't really feel comfortable with him. But when she said the hot sauce, which turns out is true, she does carry hot sauce in her purse. Okay, fine, great. But when she should have said, no, I really do carry hot sauce. I mean, it's awesome. You know, I love fried. You know, if that was on but she said, is it working? And I was like, damn, bro. Like,
pretty much the way I see it for you, what drove you to, because wherever Trump went, he was himself.
Mm-hmm.
Wherever you see Hillary go or Biden go, if they're in a Hispanic community, they want to put on Spanish music and cater. You get what I'm saying? Like they're not true to themselves. They're catering to the type of crowd that they're around, while Trump stayed even keel. Am I
He said
correct or
even
am I
killed.
off?
Yes, he was always himself, and I can
Mhm,
believe that. He's an asshole everywhere he goes. Guess what?
mhm,
So am I. So am I. I'm an asshole
mhm.
everywhere I go. Now I'm not really a big asshole. I'm just saying I'm me who I'm. I'm me wherever I go. If you meet me in person, I'm the same dude. I might curse more in person. I might curse more, but I'm the same person. You know what I'm saying? I truly believe I carry myself to a very high standard when it comes down to what I do. Very high standard. I mean, you can look at my videos and you can look at how I do my artwork. I carry myself to a very high standard because that's what I want. I want excellence, right? And I'll do the best
Mhm.
what I can with what I have. With that said, I also understand that there are levels to the game, right? I can't go into a whole freedom free from Fetters Grove is in his house. Oh yeah, you're definitely an asshole, Gary. You're absolutely right, which is why we enjoy each other's company, because Fredders is the type of man, he will love you from jump, right?
Mhm.
Give his shirt off your back, everything will freaking jump in front of a car for you. But the second you cross him, good
Yep.
luck. Good freaking luck. I've
See,
seen this brother,
me and
like I
Fetters,
said.
me and Fetters have that same, that same mentality. Because I'm the same way. I'm the same way. You probably could attest to it, Gary.
Mhm.
If I can give, I'm gonna give. Definitely. Until you
Absolutely.
cross me over,
But once you cross
So
me, it's no, and I
yeah.
think that's where I think that's where a lot of Americans feel, right? A lot of Americans have this because I don't believe that America is dead. I don't believe that the American dream is over. I think that we realize that we've been lied to for many years, because we fed into the uh the illusion,
Mhm.
right? That we were free and we was making our own choices and decisions, and Trump came and just threw a huge ass monkey wrench in that equation. This is why so many people like Littlefoot can't stand him, because they woke people up, and they can't, people like him or her can no longer get away with their rhetoric and their fakeness. They just can't. So that's why I think people are flocking to Trump, and they're making him more and more like a nigga as the days go on. See, that's why I don't talk about Trump anymore. All I gotta do is sit back, drink my coffee, and eat popcorn. They doing a hell of a job for us. I'm like, dude, I will be freaking shocked if we didn't. If I'll be shocked in 2024 is not a landslide. I'll be freaking shocked. Shocked. I'm like, dude, I think they lied. I really do. Talking trash and truth into his house. What's going on?
Let me ask you this, right?
Mhm.
Because these are other questions that Democrats, why people who vote Democrat will have this question also, right? Trump is facing 91 charges, right? 91
Allegedly, yeah.
charges,
Yeah.
allegedly facing 91 charges. Everybody around him that he personally hired and everything are locked up or are
Mhm.
facing charges to some degree.
Mhm.
And people are behind them saying, yo, there's no truth to it, there's no nothing, yada yada, right? If the same the same scenario was on Biden, would people be saying the same thing, that Biden is innocent and this is all fake?
Uh,
And this is why black folks, for
See,
me personally,
I don't like questions
I
like this
no,
because I can't answer
I'm
them. Yeah, I don't.
I'm just saying I believe, because everybody's still going on the Hunter Biden thing.
Mhm.
Everybody's still going on the Hunter Biden. So that lets me know, if it was to go like the what Trump is going through now, if that was to fall on Biden, I strongly believe they would be looking to like but like it would be astronomical. Nobody, even Democrats would be like, yo, that dude needs to go.
Right.
And I think this is where the problem now lies, on the strength of black people view it as it's like a cult mentality, because it's like the Republican Party and Trump can do no wrong. Scrappy, a new member, appreciate that.
We're
Appreciate
gonna
that,
have
bro.
to do a new member drive,
Yeah.
because we're bringing out so much content that we actually have to start doing this, because a lot of the
What,
content
members?
that we're gonna have to do something for the
Okay.
members, because we're going to
Yeah.
start. And right now, as of right now, if you are on my channel, do us a favor, please. If you're going to send out donations, please do so through the Cash App if you
Yes.
can, PayPal if you can, GiveSendGo if you can. All that is in the link.
Mhm.
The links are in the description of this video if you can. But if you want to do it through YouTube, please do us this service. Do it through Wally's page, right? I'm gonna put a link right
Matter
now
of opinion.
to Matters of Opinions, because I want you guys to get. Yeah, I gotta start saying matters. You're right.
Yeah.
But this one right here is fine. You're not even whatever. But
Yeah.
yeah, I want you to start, please, because we need to build up our audience, because we're going to come.
Yes.
Matters of Opinion and myself are coming up with our own website.
Yes.
Okay, we're ready to rock.
Partnership, brother.
Yep, we're coming up with our own website where we're going to have all our hard-hitting content there. We're also going to be on Locals. We're also going to be on Patreon. Everywhere you can find free thinking, we will be. We're going to be on Odyssey. We're going to be on Rumble.
Definitely.
We're already on Rumble. It's just, it's a slow build because we had to do this from the ground roots.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Another thing we're definitely going to have to do is make it available as a podcast.
Yes.
That
Yeah,
right
we're going to
there
also
is
yep.
big. Yeah.
Spotify is definitely on the radar,
Yep.
but I think that should be at the tail end of it. Because we do videos here. Like, we love to do videos. We love to report on stuff.
No, what I mean is just converting our videos to the podcast. Just, that's what I mean. So this way,
but no, I get what you're saying, but you know how much work that's going to take? That's a lot of work.
Nah, so they got softwares that will just rip the or the, like, if you take your YouTube video and put it on there, it'll rip the video off of it and just keep the vocals. You know that, right?
No, I did not.
Yeah, that's what it'll do. Yeah, so you don't got to do no crazy legwork for it. Nah. Or even if you did do that, you could just do a quick convert YouTube video to MP3 and then upload that. So yeah, it's trust me, it's not that hard. It's not that hard at all. They, with the software they got nowadays, brother, they make it like 10 times easier.
Really?
So yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But yeah, big things are going. But pretty much what I was just getting at was just saying, like, these are things that black people look at skeptical, because I'm one of the people that say, yo, since Trump became president, he didn't get a fair shot. He the concept of Trump being racist. Now, don't get me wrong, there is people that said Trump was racist back then or whatever. I don't like, it's a small portion of people I hear say that, but this whole notion of Trump being racist only seemed to have come to play when he was running for presidency. And this is the time that it started, hey, he's racist, whatever, this, that, and the third. And I will say this too, Democrats, a way they keep black votes also is by using the race debate. That's a fact. They use the race debate or whatever and will point out, hey, Republicans are racist. And again, for people listening, not Republican people, Republicans, the establishment, the people that have the power to put laws into play.
Yeah,
that's who they're pointing the fingers at, saying they're racist. I just want to be clear with saying that or whatever.
And here's the thing, because it's so easy to just say this person is racist.
Yes.
Because it's so easy to just say that and to retract that, because again, You say it enough, people start to believe it, right? That's the whole
Mhm.
point. They just want to keep saying it over and over and over again. And then eventually it starts to click. Well, they must be racist because everybody's saying it. No, not everybody's saying it. You just heard 5 people say it 3,000 times.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
yes.
But because you
Mhm,
heard it 3,000 times, it got to be true, right? So
mhm.
that's what's going on. The same thing that's going on with people are saying, Trump is racist and stuff like that. We all can see like it's freaking clear as crystal. He's not racist. He's just a bigot. There's a big difference between being a bigot and being racist. He's not racist. He's an asshole who likes, he wants, what you call it? I mean, I can't even call him bigot. What can I call him? What's a good word that you would call Trump? Put you on
He oh, hold on. It's I know what you're talking about. Not a racist, not a bigot. It's dag, I can't remember the terminology.
the.
I can't remember the terminology. But in a nutshell, if you don't rock with Trump, he's not rocking with you. That's what it comes down to.
Well, if you're against me, if you're not for me, you're
Ex-
against me. That's the whole point.
exactly.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
it's like
Exactly.
a house of cards can only stand when all pillars are upright. Right. So it's like
Mhm.
if you're not standing with me, you're standing against me. And I've learned that, you know, unfortunately, I've learned that the hard way, right? Because I'll try my best to try to, support people and try to understand where people are coming from and realize that they don't have my best interests. So I have to walk away from them. And that's just anybody. Anybody will do that. Like you would do that. Like, look,
Yeah.
hey, I love you to death, but if you're not going to be on I'm not going to go your way because your way leads to destruction. Your way
Mhm.
leads to ultimate pleasure. And that's not how life works. I can't go your way. I have to go this way. And if I'm responsible for it, I have to be the one making the last decision. Not to say that I'm not accepting what you're saying. I'm not saying that. What I'm
Mhm.
saying, however, is I have to have the final decision because it falls on my neck. It don't fall on your neck. And because Trump was leading the country at the time, he had to have people that was going to do it his way. Listen, I'm leading the country. I'm the one in charge. They hired me for this position, not you. All right. You're
Mhm.
my advisor. Advise me, but give me the opportunity to make the last decision. And they was fighting him tooth and nail. They fought him on
Mhm.
all kinds. I can only imagine what he would have been able to get done had they been on his side as opposed to being against him. Because again, the deep state is not trying to be uprooted. People don't want to talk about that part. And no one ever talks about that part. We always just talk Trump this and Trump that and Trump did this and Trump did that. I'm like, did you ask why he did that? Do you even care why he did that? No, you don't. So because of that, I have to stop listening to you. Because I think there's more to this game than meets the eye. There's so much we don't know. But what I do know is this: I trust Trump way more than I trust the deep establishment.
I'll be the first to say this. This election, I know people don't like to talk about who they'll vote for, this, that, and the third, but this election, if the nominees are Biden and Trump, I wouldn't vote for neither one of them. The reason why I wouldn't vote Trump, for me, this is for me personally, is because the way pretty much he got the Affordable Cares Act butchered. That was detrimental to my pops, who's gone now, who retired, and it was basically a struggle as far as finding the proper, insurance, so to speak, so that he could get the best health as possible. And on top of that, those dear to me in my life, whether they're diabetic and all of this stuff, it costs an arm and a leg, and the premiums and everything, they're getting pretty much A raped for the cost of things. That right there, the way it impacted my life, he lost my vote on that. That alone wrapped it up for me. And I know some people are going to say, well, the CARES Act, it didn't affect me, this, that, and the third. That leads into another thing that Black people look at. Black people are most people that don't have insurance. And the Affordable Care Act supplied people with insurance. I know people that work in the insurance company and had massive layoffs because of the policy changes to the Affordable Care Act. And it changed the what's the word? The health, like the health department, those who are looking for services, it changed astronomically. And a lot of people, don't care for that, don't look into it, this, that, and the third, because they don't need, like, you're young and spry, so you don't really need health insurance like that. But for me personally, it affected my life in multiple angles. So Biden, on the other hand, for him, I wouldn't vote because I just believe the man is just too old to be running the country. So I would most likely vote independent or something like that. So that's the way I would go with it. But just to answer the question that I asked you, as far as what Republicans can do to sway Black voters, show you care. Show you care about what they're going through. Don't try to undermine their history, their history, the obstacles that they feel they have in life. Like, don't just say they don't exist. Hear them out and then try to address them best as possible. Like Gary, you said, you could say, hey, I don't like Black people. A person running Republican can literally say, yo, I don't like Black people. But if I have to do things in place, or I have to make policies to help move and advance America forward for Black people, I'm going to do that. I will do everything in my power to put things in place or make laws or try to build the impoverished areas as best as my capability to try and help move America forward. If somebody said that, that will resonate, because it's like, I know where we stand, but I also see you're hearing me. You're gonna try to do, now we all know with politics, it could be BS or whatever the case may
Yeah,
be.
see, that's
But
where you lose me right
but
there. It's like I don't give a damn what you say at this particular point. Look, this is if I was here's what I would say. If I was running
okay,
for president, and I understand why you wouldn't vote for Trump. There's many reasons why I wouldn't vote for Trump. Okay. I'm not going to disclose him here for
okay,
my own personal reasons. Like, there are certain things that even I'm not interested in telling you guys because that's
okay.
my personal reason. But
Mhm.
the reasons why I wouldn't vote for Trump, I'll just give you one. The red flag laws piss me the hell off because of how they got that done, right?
Okay.
I believe he was easily influenced behind being very egotistical. Okay. Even though we need
Mhm.
balls today, we need balls. And I believe he learned from his first presidency. That's the reason why I will give him a second shot, because he learned a lot in those 4 years, right? But when I saw how freaking egotistical he was, I was like, yeah, dog, you're easily controlled. That's why I wouldn't vote for Trump, and other reasons. But I'll give you that. I'll give you that little snippet. I don't like the idea of how they baited him into the red flag laws, right?
Got you. Okay.
But other than that, because once they get that, they're never going to give that power up. You're going to have to, blow the freaking thing up in order for them to give that up again. But
Oh, another thing I don't like too is the fact that the end of net neutrality also happened. I
I don't know what that
dislike
is.
that. Net neutrality, basically, without with net neutrality, your internet your internet service provider cannot block certain sites or whatever the case may be from you. With the ending of net neutrality, now your internet service provider can basically do whatever they want. Remember at one point, there was, if you had if you with your internet service, if you was using Netflix would buffer. That was because your internet service provider was blocking Netflix. And I remember at one point they was doing something where they're like, "Oh, if you want Netflix, you got to pay an extra $5 on your internet bill so that it could, so that your Netflix can can stream smoothly."
Oh, it's easy to
That's
fix
what
that.
no,
This is
no,
what this
no,
is.
no, 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 no. I'm telling you, this was very specific. I'm a person that's into internet internet we'll just say IPTV. I'm a person that's into IPTV. And
Mhm.
I can tell you numerous times, even right now, when I go to utilize it, my internet service provider blocks it. What I
Mm.
then have to do is I have to put a VPN up so it blocks or masks what I'm doing on the internet. It
Hmm.
even can affect you on your searches. With net neutrality, like I remember during the C19, um it was a celebrity that passed. Marvelous Marvin Hagler.
Yeah.
Thomas Hitman Hearns said, "Yo, he went to get the jab, and ever since then, he wasn't the same. He wound up losing his life or whatever." I saw the article. When I went back to search it,
It was gone.
it was buried.
Hmm.
Net neutrality allows that to happen. They're able
Wow.
to bury anything they want under net neutrality being released. And it was a big thing when net neutrality was hitting. A lot of YouTubers were like worried because it's like, yo, you can get your channel basically buried also due to net neutrality.
Hmm.
So
So if they
when
don't
you get
like
a
you, they can
chance,
just make you disappear,
yes,
basically.
when you get a chance, take a look at net neutrality. Those in the comment section too, that's viewing the stream. Look into net neutrality. That was a big thing. And it got to the
And
point where
Trump pushed that?
it happened. The guy, Ajit Pai, who ended net neutrality, that was a Trump appointed individual. Trump appointed him in that position, and then net neutrality went down, and Trump signed off on ending net neutrality.
Well,
So
that's
yeah,
crazy.
definitely research it. Yeah. But like I
Okay.
said,
I mean, but
don't just take my word for it. Do
no,
your
I I
research
I
on it
I
also,
absolutely am gonna look into that. No, Imma definitely look into that because that's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah,
I didn't
yeah,
know that.
definitely.
Hmm, hmm.
We got 4 minutes left, man. What we
Yeah.
how we gonna end this off, brother? You want
I don't know. We've never been here before. I've never been at
Yeah,
the
I
end of
know,
this show
right?
before.
For
You know
real,
what?
for real.
I think I'm gonna play some music for you guys.
Yes,
Because
yes.
I am coming up with another intro. I have to work on that
Oh, hold on.
probably this week.
1 second. Talking truth, we gonna be heading over to your stream also. So we gonna
Yes,
see. So
by the way,
yes,
the redirect links are available. This
yes,
stream is going to shut down and redirect you to her live. So
yes.
stay tuned for the
Stay
morning
put.
show. Do not leave. I want to see every single one of you guys over at
Yes.
Talking Trash and Truths. Support this
Yes.
woman. She's busting her ass every single day for you. She's putting out
Yes.
all
Yes.
kinds of stuff to help you out. Yes, it's therapeutic to her, obviously, but
Mm-hmm.
the information that she's enlightened me in so many ways. Right? It's
Yeah,
like
and
good.
I love her perspective on things also. Like listening to
Mhm.
the live streams and stuff. Yo, 3T, you definitely doing your thing. But go on, Gary.
Yeah, so I definitely want you, I highly recommend you at least give her 30 minutes of your time. Listen to her. She has a beautiful talking voice. I don't know how she sings, but she has a beautiful talking voice. She's a chill cat. You know, she interacts with the chat very well. She's a jewel. I think you're going to really enjoy her. So that is definitely something definitely going to be redirected to her. I'm trying to find this freaking song. I got
and
2 minutes.
Gary, why didn't you correct me?
What do you mean?
T3 literally was saying how people butcher her name. I literally said 3T.
You said 3T?
Yes, instead of T3.
You suck.
My bad. My
You
bad,
suck.
T3.
It's right there.
I realized that too. I was like, yo, what goofy thing did I just say, man? Like, really?
Oh my God. But listen, man, I want you guys all to come back tomorrow morning.
Yep.
6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be here for your convenience. What are we talking about tomorrow? Do you know?
I'll have that later on.
All right, so I'm gonna set that up. I'm
Gotcha.
gonna set that up later, so you'll know exactly what we're talking about. But this is a show about nothing and everything in the morning to get you ready to rock and roll, to get you out in the road, doing your damn thing, making moves, making it happen, and winning our country back. This is Gary Lim signing off. This is Wally.
Matters of
This is
opinion.
Matters of Opinion. Shout it off. you know what's funny?
We'll give y'all are you gonna give them the details about it? Or you want to save it for the
later?
Maybe we'll save that for later.
Yeah, but I am so making a winnings reality point right now. I'm making this point 100%. This is Gary Lim sign off. Matters of Opinion. You guys have a good one.